Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving deep into a story that is as baffling as it is unsettling. It's a historical enigma that begins with a seemingly senseless act against animals and escalates into a macabre mystery involving humans. The central question that still haunts investigators and historians is, for what purpose? Let's set the scene. Imagine a quiet, rural community, the kind of place where everyone knows their neighbors and life moves at a slower pace. The peace is shattered when residents wake up to a disturbing discovery. Livestock, the lifeblood of the community, have been found slain in their fields. But this isn't the work of a natural predator. The killings are methodical, precise, and bear strange, ritualistic hallmarks. But there's no theft of meat. The animals are simply left, creating a wave of fear and confusion. The local authorities are stumped. They investigate every possibility, from disgruntled farmhands to a twisted prank. But as the incidents continue, a pattern emerges. The locations are not random, and the timing seems significant, almost as if following an unseen calendar. The community, once tight-knit, is now gripped by paranoia. Doors are locked, neighbors eye each other with suspicion, and the whisper of dark forces begins to circulate. Was this a cult? A lone, disturbed individual? The lack of evidence and clear motive only deepens the mystery. Just when it seems things couldn't get any stranger, the narrative takes a darker turn. The focus shifts from animals to humans. A series of disappearances begins, echoing the eerie pattern of the animal slayings. The victims are from different walks of life, seemingly unconnected. But as investigators dig deeper, they find subtle threads linking them, threads that lead back to the strange occurrences in the fields. The public's fear turns to outright terror. The question on everyone's lips is no longer just who, but why. What could possibly connect the fate of farm animals to the disappearance of people? This escalation brings in a new level of investigation. National agencies get involved, profiling potential suspects and analyzing the bizarre evidence left behind. The scenes are chilling. They are not typical crime scenes. They are arranged almost like a stage play, with symbolic objects and cryptic markings. Experts in folklore, history, and criminology are consulted, each offering a different theory. Some suggest an ancient, forgotten ritual brought to life. Others point towards a highly intelligent, manipulative individual orchestrating events for a purpose only they understand. The search for answers leads investigators down a rabbit hole of local legends, forgotten histories, and obscure texts. They learn about old folklore, tales of land spirits, and pacts made centuries ago. Could someone be reenacting these old myths? Or is this a smokescreen, a clever misdirection to hide a more rational, yet equally sinister, motive? The community itself becomes a source of clues. Old family feuds, hidden secrets, and long-buried resentments surface, painting a complex picture of the seemingly peaceful town. Every new piece of information seems to create more questions than answers. As the investigators zero in on a potential suspect, the story becomes a tense cat and mouse game. They are dealing with someone who is always one step ahead, someone who seems to anticipate their every move. The psychological toll on the investigators is immense. They are haunted by the scenes they VE witnessed and the pressure to stop the cycle before another person vanishes. The suspect, when finally identified, is not a monster in appearance, but an ordinary member of the community, hiding in plain sight. This revelation is perhaps the most shocking part of the entire ordeal. The capture of the individual doesn't immediately solve the puzzle. During interrogations, the suspect's motives remain shrouded in a bizarre personal ideology. They speak of balance, of restoring an old order, and of a debt that needed to be paid. Their explanations are a confusing mix of historical revisionism, personal grievance, and esoteric beliefs. They truly believe their actions were not only justified but necessary. The macabre displays were not for the public or the police, but were communications, offerings to an unseen entity or concept. This is where the story leaves us, hanging in a state of profound unease. Even with the perpetrator behind bars, the true why remains elusive, locked away in a mind that operates on a completely different plane of reality. The official explanation might be psychosis or a severe personality disorder. But for the community that lived through it, the explanation feels incomplete. The events left a permanent scar, a reminder of how easily the familiar can become terrifying, and how the veneer of normalcy can hide the most unsettling of intentions. What drives a person to create such a horrifying spectacle? Is it a desire for power, a warped sense of justice, or a genuine belief in a reality that no one else can see? This case forces us to confront the limits of our understanding of the human mind and the dark corners where logic fails and obsession takes root. It's a chilling reminder that the most frightening monsters are often the ones that walk among us, convinced of their own righteousness. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into a truly perplexing case. It's stories like these that show us the complexities of human nature. What are your theories? I'd love to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the unknown. Stay safe and see you next time.